Good morning. I'm here to give you an update on the FBI's investigation of Secretary Clinton. What I want to do is tell you what we're recommending. But first, let me tell you what we found. 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it make?
8 of those chains are top secret, 36 of those chains secret, and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
Everything I did was permitted. There was no law, no regulation.
Secretary Clinton should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation.
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email.
None of these emails should have been on any kind of unclassified system, not even Gmail.
Well, first of all, nothing was marked classified.
To the contrary,
Nothing was marked classified.
there is evidence of a
Nothing was
tremendous
marked,
amount.
nothing was marked classified.
Now let me tell you what we found.
Oh my gosh.
110 emails.
It was not the best choice.
52 email chains
It was the mistake.
have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it
8
make?
of those chains are top
It wasn't
secret.
the best choice.
36 of those chains
I said it was a mistake.
and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it
With
make?
respect to our recommendation, this is going to be an unusual statement in at least a couple of days. Although there is evidence, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. I know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. What difference at this point does it make? 110 emails.
It wasn't the best choice.
52 email chains
I made a mistake.
have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it
8
make?
of those chains are
It
top
was not a
secret.
good choice.
36 of those chains
I said it was a mistake.
and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
Hey y'all, I'll check the phone just here in just a second. Okay, Lisa. Hold on just a second. Hello, everybody. Let me go look at the phone. If it showed up, my phone didn't make a noise, but I'll check. No message, Lisa. Let me check Facebook.
Yeah, just walk out.
I'm on a live and I just put the cat out. Sorry about that, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hey, Huck. Hey, Red. Hey, Shiv. Let's see who over in here. Hey, Stan. Hey, Ben. Let's see. Hey, Crystal. Let's see who else. I guess that's it. Everybody doing all right? Yeah, well, I'll put it out this. I don't like, hey, Shane, I don't like talking bad about anybody. I don't condone it at all. But I've never done anything to any of them over at Roberts. So I'm sorry to say this, Shane and everybody else, if you don't want me as a mod, take me off as a mod. But when I see any of them on, I'm going to start blocking them. There's no sense of hiding behind the Bible or hide behind God to be judgmental towards people. So that right there is sinning. You are no better than the worst person if you're going to sit there and talk dirt about somebody that you don't know. So you can drag yourself up before the pulpit, and you're committing a mortal sin when you sit there and pass judgment on somebody, especially when they don't know me. You don't like how I talk? Maybe I don't like it. If everybody in the world was able to put somebody back because of something they did that they don't like, nobody could do anything, period. More than likely, it was Nikki B, which if you look back at some of these people like that, they think they're so holy that their horns are holding their halo up. And I'm sick and tired of dealing with fake ass religious people. I was raised my whole life Catholic. I don't judge on nobody unless they're doing something to hurt kids or older people or special needy people, whatever. I don't have a problem with them. I choose not to be around you. Doesn't mean I hate you. I can love you from way over here. You got to love everybody or you don't love anybody. It's just, that's what we're looking forward to in the future. If shit goes bad. People already hate everybody for no reason. There's a link out if anybody wants to come up. Sorry to be so pissy, but I went to somebody over. I thought I'd have an olive branch, go visit, go talk. Nope. As soon as I say something, somebody says my name, I get blocked.
I don't feel like making you the gravy, so I'm not going to do that.
Yep. And just because you can hide behind the Bible doesn't mean God's going to cover and protect you because he can see your true self.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, how's it going? I just hate people hate for no reason. If it's Nikki, I've never done nothing to her. But what do you expect from a soccer mom? Didn't do anything to Robert, and I'm sorry everybody over there, but them people are using the hell out of him. Unless he's just as bad. So either way, I don't like rubbing nobody's name in the dirt, but I'm tired of being kicked in the teeth. Because if they knew me in real life and in my face, they would hold their damn hat. I'm good to everybody. I'll help anybody. And I bet you everything I own that they wouldn't help anyone. And I don't care if it train wrecks me being on here. I was always there helping each and every one of them turn around. Next thing you know, oh, I don't need you anymore. We'll kick you to the curb. You're no good. Yeah, Patrick, it sucks, don't it? No matter how much money, what you got a pretty fine house. Your house might be worth $100 million. You fall down and break your neck, you're gonna die like everybody else. Hey, Cashew. Sorry, girl, I'm on a rant. Tried to go visit some people with an olive branch and get kicked in the face.
Hello, everybody in chat. I hope you're having a good day.
I wasn't in that channel for 2 minutes. Said hey, made a comment about what they were saying. Nothing was bad. Noticed that my comments weren't going through, so I did a refresh on the page. Nothing I said was there.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh yeah. That's over at Z-Man, the holy people. You're so close to Jesus. Did Jesus hate sinners? 'Cause I know you're a sinner, so you've got to hate you if he does.
God loves us all.
Yeah, God loves
He
sinners. There
loves
wouldn't
us
be so
all in
many
the
of them.
same way.
Yep. God loves all everybody. God loves sinners, or there wouldn't be so many.
That's what he come here for. He didn't come for the saved. He come for the unsaved.
And the ones that do that, play that way, deserve that altar that the potato head was standing in front of with the fire behind it and a big red banner. That's what you support. Hey, Ron.
Hey Ron.
Yeah, it makes you strong. It just. I was being nice. Thought I'd go over and support the channel, show some love, give them some time, like it. No,
I would have said hi, but I wasn't even paying attention to the chat.
they kicked me as soon as I said something.
No, I didn't know.
Well, it didn't kick me. Can't kick me out, but nobody can hear you. You can see what's going on.
I was listening to Jeff B. He come up. See what he had to say.
Yeah, Huck. It's just I was just trying to be decent, be nice. I seen somebody on this one that doesn't show up on mine because I block them.
Well, how you doing besides that?
I was doing good till that happened. Just makes me sick how bad things are that people are going to be so damn petty. That shows you what they're going to do to help their fellow man when the stuff gets bad.
Yeah, I
Hey,
got a little bit of a scare
hey,
last.
Diana.
I was sitting in my big chair, and I think I was on Tennessee's Tennessee Patriot
Yeah,
because I help him host this show sometimes, and I start seeing across the room blue and red flashing. And I was like, what in the world? And I get up and go outside, and it was a ambulance, a fire truck, and I can't remember what the other one was. But it scared me because I know my neighbors around here, and I was like, who's sick? Are they okay? What's going on? And it was a friend of mine across the street, her niece or somebody like that. I haven't never met, but I know them, was having seizures, and they come out to get her. So I was like, oh my gosh, I hope she's okay. But I wanted to make sure, well, they're like family around here to me.
yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
You got to keep an eye on it. So there's a lot of people now can't afford their medicines or can't get it, having troubles getting it.
I just prayed and said, Lord, help them.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring that up around some of these channels, or they might judge you for liking somebody they don't like. I'm tired of it. I don't like talking bad about everybody. It seems like a lot of people don't mind it.
Um, Everybody, please keep Hawk in prayer. He's not doing too good.
Yeah, I was trying to see what was going on. That's how I noticed it, that I couldn't talk because I'd go to post a comment and it would just show that little circle around. And so I reset and looked back and all my stuff was gone that I said. So what's
Mm.
wrong with Hawk?
I don't know. He just put in there he's not doing too good. He never actually said what was going on. He just typed it in chat. But yeah, and keep Florida in mind too, y'all. Please pray because I live in Florida, but I'm like a little over 45 minutes away from the ocean. So I'm hoping we'll just get the rain and, the wind or something like that. But they are telling people, I don't know what part of Florida, they are telling to go ahead and evacuate. Because I was watching Ron DeSantis this morning talking about the hurricane.
Yeah, think about it. It's not exactly 100% which direction. It may go up. Hell, it could cut over and hit Corpus. Still, it's
I don't want it to hit nobody, but please don't hit me.
yeah. And poor people in Cuba, like I was saying yesterday, they didn't have no choice, nowhere to go. They can't drive away from it. It was like
Mm-mm.
right across them.
Well, my best friend called me this morning. Hey, you want me to come get you? I said, well, I'm not feeling too good or don't feel like going over there. And she said, well, we got a big storm coming. I said, yeah. I said, I'll pray. I'll be okay. I can't leave my animals here, and I'm not going to take them to your house and keep them caged up because your cats don't like other cats, and you got dogs there, and my cats ain't used to it. I'll just stay here and bear it out. I'm not going to let my animals have to go through that by themselves.
Yeah, I hadn't looked. I was hearing them talk about it. I hadn't looked where it was positioned.
Yeah.
Let's see.
These are my babies, and I know.
Yeah, it looks to me more like it's kind of going the line they said, but it still could cut straight across. It could go.
It can change in seconds.
Yep. All it has to hit is a cold stream or a warm front or anything. The water change in temperature could make it change, veer off, wind.
I am glad they're almost finished with my porch. But if my porch was like it was and we got bad wind, it would have torn my porch apart. It was in that bad a shape. I mean, where you walk out to go outside to step down, all that part right there was crumbling.
Yeah, links down there. Anybody wants to hop up? I know there ain't many people here, but they ain't got the people I have on the other side. So
You come on earlier than you usually do.
that's because I was over there and got upset because I'm
Yeah.
not the person that's quiet. Never have been.
Uh, I don't try to judge anybody because I don't want nobody judging me.
No, that's why I always keep saying everybody wants to pass judgment on people, and that's bearing
Don't
false
judge
witness.
them. Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. I just bearing false witness. You know what that is, right?
Well, see, I can't wear nobody else's shoes, so I don't know what that person is going through. So I can only wear mine, and I can halfway wear mine.
Yeah.
I love everybody because God says to love everybody, and He's the righteous judge, not us. If you don't like somebody, just don't go around them. Don't talk to them.
Thanks,
It's
Ben.
best to just exit out and say, let God deal with it.
I try to work with them and talk with them. Maybe I can bring them around, even when they're against somebody else. But I've come to the end of my rope. I don't like talking bad about people, but that to me, I believe, is just pure evil. They might not like how I say stuff, but I don't like how they say. And if everybody starts stopping everything they do because somebody else don't like it, pretty soon you won't be able to open your mouth and say you want something to eat or pass me the ketchup, or somebody will find something wrong with anything you say or do.
Well, somebody's talking about me. They're leaving somebody else alone. I don't
That's
need.
one way I look at it. But
I don't pay attention. If you don't like me, you just don't like me. That's not going to hurt my feelings. It's
It don't
not going
hurt
to
my
do
feelings.
anything to me. It's going to do something to you.
That's petty though. That's kind of like being mad at somebody taking their wrench away. That's what
Or,
gets me about it. I supported all of them in cahoots over there. I'm not saying all of them involved in whatever this is that's going on, but I've passed their name. I've shared their channel. Let them come to my channel and spread their name and get subs and talked all well and let them on the panel and done all this and then turn around for this to happen.
love you, Chef, too. Yeah, it's, I don't, it's childish stuff to me. You're
Yeah,
grown up, grow up, because the fact is that, some of the, I've seen it too. It's like backstabbing, and it's like grow up.
it's
You don't
Jimmy
like
and
somebody else because somebody don't like somebody else, and I'm not that way. Um,
Shelley are the prom king and queen, and you can't wear a tuxedo that like that because they want you to wear a lime green one. And if you want to be their friend, you can't talk to that one over there. That kind of stupid middle school bullshit.
yeah, I don't get into all that petty stuff. We got
You're
enough going on in the world right now to be worried about somebody not liking somebody else. I love you too, Cashew. I'm not into that. I'm old, you know. Save the drama for your mama because I ain't hearing it. I do not like drama.
I don't either. I don't like getting the way I get, but it just something overwhelms me when
Well,
purpose stupidity just somebody on purposely does something just to be mean.
yeah. I mean, I don't understand people who does that because, you know,
And what's bad is too, a lot of people suffer because of me because they associate with me or ask what happened or why it's happened or what did Chuck do, and they got the same treatment.
I'm
And that's
like I
what
said,
pisses me off more than that. You got a problem with me, you should have came to me with it. Tell me what the problem was, or at least give me a chance like a lot of the others. Come in the back room and talk to us.
yeah. Don't put that's something. If you got something against somebody, you need to like go backstage and talk to them or something like that because that's between you and that person. Don't put it all on blast in the chat. That has nothing to do with other people. All you're trying to do is drag them into you know, to it too. And like I said, we got too much going on around us right now to be worried about somebody liking me or not liking me.
Yeah, I guess the
God
main thing
likes
is
me and He loves me, and that's all that matters to me. You're
they
the
use
one that's got to walk in your shoes.
a lot of them use the love of God to get people in there to get the subs, and they hide behind it. They're a brother and sister, and I love you, and I pray for you, and all that. And so a lot of it's fake. It gets to be too extreme. It's fake. There's a lot of good people that I've seen it all. I'm 57 years old, and I've seen a lot of churches. A lot of them that weren't successful and were poor, small churches that did all they could for all their people. Then I've seen churches that had a lot of money, a lot involved, didn't do anything for everybody, act all pristine and holier now, and they weren't. I worked at a few of them doing things, and I've seen things. I didn't pass judgment. I just pulled ties from them.
Yeah. Well, that's like my son and my ex-husband. The area they live in is nothing but drug infested, prostitution, like that kind of stuff. And it's a poor neighborhood. Now, a church is coming in, building a big church, taking the houses all the way down the street from my son and his dad's house all the way down, and the people behind them. Them people have no money to be able to go get no other place to live. They're that kind of poor.
Yeah.
Why didn't you go find you somewhere else to build that church and make a big parking lot and come back and help those people?
And it's crazy and amazing. As I think, I don't know if I've told you the story or not. I was in going to church. This has been, my daughter was probably 8 or 9, and she got bumped going up the steps in church. She stumbled. When she stumbled, she fell. Her glasses hit the steps. They fell, and they got stepped on or kicked or something. I can't remember, but they got broke. She started crying, all upset. And I took, so well, we'll just have to go Monday and get you some glasses, get what you can get. And somebody come up and asked if everything was all right. And I said, yeah, she got bumped, fell, dropped her glasses. They got broken. Okay, and, sorry about that. And pat her on the back and told her it'd be all right. Before we could get fully inside the church, because we were talking to different ones going in, somebody come up and approached us and handed a card. And it was a optometrist and said, come to my office in the morning, bring her up there. We'll fix her up. And I appreciated it and told them I said I figured it'd be hard to get in somewhere. I went the next morning, went in there, and a bunch of people already paid for her to have her glasses.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, I mean, it's like the simple things. A pair of glasses, you know?
Yeah, little things.
But the Lord says also, you judge and you shall be judged. It's not your place to judge nobody.
Nope.
I love everybody, but I might not like the way their lifestyle is, but that don't mean I don't love them.
Remember George Carlin said, I'll pray for you means I'm not going to do anything at all for you except act holier than thou. That's true. There's a lot of them out there, and then they'll judge you over whatever happened.
Well, I'm not holier than thou, but
Yeah, you mean in that place, there's a lot of people out there like that. It's like a lot of these. I watch a lot of that uh, murder porn stuff. I can't think of the name of the channel I watch. It's all that unsolved murder stuff.
ANC,
Yeah, AMC and I can't remember the other network. It's all it's on that network, not Me TV. But anyway, there's a lot of times they have different ones. The preacher sneaking around behind his wife. One of them killed the preacher. One of them, the preacher killed his wife to be with the other woman. The other one was doing this, and the others in the church were stealing the money. And like, you just, I guess, hey, Carol, you see, I guess it happens everywhere. Hey, Dorinda.
hey, Dorinda. Look, pastors are humans too. You know, they get up there in the pulpit and preach on what they think you should do, but it doesn't apply to them.
Some of that don't do as I do, do as I say.
Exactly. I mean, my second husband said when he went to church one time, the pastor said something about, you know, men having long hair and was saying that, you know, that was not good. And he stood up and asked the preacher in front of everybody if long hair is a sin, then why did they put Jesus up there with long hair?
Yeah, just another way they judge somebody.
And the pastor was talking about smoking cigarettes and stuff like that, and he said he walked outside and the preacher was smoking a cigarette, and he said something to him. He said, just like you say, do as I say, not as I do.
Huh.
Huh? You called yourself a preacher? Ain't you
Yeah,
supposed to be living the life that you're preaching?
just because he carries that book around with him, don't make him any
Don't
more
make him
nice.
a yeah. And some of these big churches out here are got thousands and thousands of people coming to their church, and they're false prophets. But like I said, they're going to get judged worse than the average person because they're supposed to speak in the word of God, and they're supposed to be the shepherd. And if you lead people in the wrong way, you're going to get judged by what you spew out of your mouth. So it's just, you got to watch, you got to be discerning, you got to let God let you know who to listen to, who not to listen to, what you need to keep your eyes open for. And it's going to get worse with the end of days. It's going to get
Yeah,
worse.
people out there, just you need to watch who you're picking on, because the one you're picking on might end up looking you in the eye one day. Hey, Bonnie, that's
Hey,
fine.
Bonnie.
You probably best not have been here anyway. I went somewhere trying to offer an olive branch, got kicked in the teeth.
I don't know. Matthew 7, do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the means you use, it will be measured to you.
Yeah.
Exactly, Chef.
Every stitch you sow, so shall you reap.
Exactly. And those people are the ones that's got to answer for their own deeds. I ain't got to answer for you. You ain't got to answer for me. We all go in front of the Lord the same way. And right now, we need to be helping everybody, not hurting everybody. We're going through enough hurt as it is right now, the way our nation is, our world is. We need to be helping our neighbor, you know, going out and doing something in the community. Um, we need to be bringing people in and not shoving people away.
Hey, everybody, I expanded this channel too. Not only here, I'm on Twitch and on D Live, and I'm going to add some others to it pretty soon. And when I log in, I'm going to have whatever I can have shown live on them, just in case they pull this again, and I can still go live other places.
You ever heard about Foxhole?
What?
Foxhole?
Yeah, I tried to get in it, and they asked too many questions and stuff, and
Um,
I gave up on it, which I probably should have pursued it. But
I don't know. I just heard about it. Um, it's like I'm not. I got Twitter on my phone, but I don't ever go on it. I don't got Telegram. Um, I have TikTok, and I don't even watch it. I just need to take all that off my phone. But I'm not very knowledgeable about how to get that stuff off.
if anybody has Twitch, that's me on Twitch here. Links out if anybody you want to come out, Bonnie.
Duranda.
Yeah, I was, I'm sorry I'm not female and doing the female corner, but I'm doing the He-Man Woman Haters Club, but I'm not hating on no women. I'm just hating on the evil doers, which I ain't even hating on them. I hope the best, but I hope they get a door slammed in their face to realize where they are.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm going to get me some tea.
All right. Yeah, I understand that, Bonnie. I appreciate it too. It just and nothing more humbling than to approach somebody with an olive branch to get kicked in the face. And I was hot. Especially when you didn't do nothing wrong in the first place.
Exactly.
I don't normally like asking for forgiveness when I ain't done anything.
Just because people have other views than what you have, don't make them right or you wrong.
No. And I don't use God as a tool to prosper either.
Hey, Dorinda.
Hello. I thought you were going to be longer, or I was going to be faster, one or the other.
That's what she said. Cashew found me on Twitch. She's talking through Twitch. I don't know if it shows up on the YouTube side. I can see it in here. You guys see it in here where Cashew said something in Twitch. It's a little funny symbol over there above Bonnie. Or maybe I only see it. I don't know.
All I see from Cashew is awesome simulcast.
Yeah, I can see her over there. Yeah, that's her. That funny little purple symbol. That's her talking through Twitch.
Oh. Cashew says it only shows in Twitch.
I can see you up here, girl. You show up on the, and even Dorinda seen it in the StreamYard stream.
I hadn't been looking for it. I don't even know what this sign is or whatever you call it.
I'm seeing it. That shows up over there too. Yep, it's seen it. It popped. See where I popped in double on here, my name with the YouTube symbol. Then it's got the little purple insignia.
Oh yeah, I see it now. That's where I needed to be looking. No, that's crazy. I just noticed about the little YouTube, and that's what that person's on. Huh.
Yeah, the little red bubble with the Arrow TV screen, and then the other looks like a torn page in a purple background or something.
Yeah, I see the little purple thing there. Cool.
So everything going all right, Dorinda?
Everything's going good.
My oldest boy made fried chicken in the air fryer, and it turned out all right. And I had hamburger meat pulled out, so I went in there a minute ago and made kind of like SOS hamburger meat, fried up, and then gravy with it.
Nice. I gotta go make my sandwich soon. I'm making an open-faced bacon and cheese sandwich.
Sounds good. You can leave the bread and the cheese off and just have the bacon sandwich without bread.
I think I'm gonna make grilled cheese tonight.
Well, they're kind of like a grilled cheese with bacon in the center, but there's no top on it. That's all. You just bake it in the oven.
That's awesome. Anything with bacon's good. I think you can wrap bacon around a cat turd and it'd be good.
Yep. But my grandmother used to make that for me for lunch when I was a kid, and I'm craving it, and I'm craving it so much. I've had it every day for almost a week, and I still haven't gotten rid of my craving for it.
I watched a guy in one of the videos here. He did a BLT, classic BLT, but he used it thick Texas toast stuff, and he did a one through the whole spiel of cooking his bacon. He cooked at a certain point. You don't want it too crispy where it's crunching gravel. He goes, but you don't want it soggy where it's falling all over and half cooked and still drippy. And he went through and it just firm enough that you could pick it up and it wouldn't just sag over, but it wasn't like you picked up a piece of wood. He's building it all up, and then he's getting the tomato slice cut. And he goes, you want to cut your tomato in half so you can kind of puzzle it together where it fits perfectly on top. Some of you like mayonnaise, some of you like salad dressing. He goes, I don't care about either one. He goes, I'll use it or I don't. Then he gets to the lettuce and he pulls out a head of lettuce, starts breaking it up. And he breaks it up real nice and small. Then he takes a spoon. He said, "You need to dribble some hot bacon grease on top of this iceberg lettuce." He said, "Because," and it shows him walk over to the trash with a plate. He said, "It helps it slide off the plate into the trash."
You lucky if you get bacon nowadays. It's so expensive.
Yeah, you might want that lettuce anymore, but there's a Appalachian thing that's wilt lettuce, and I'm not sure what kind of lettuce they use, but they super hot bacon grease, you dribble across it, and it kind of wilts it up almost like a green. I want to try that.
You ever made? I haven't done it yet, but I was watching. Take a hamburger and take lettuce and wrap around it instead of using bread.
Yeah, lettuce wrap. My daughter used to buy that leaf lettuce with that romaine lettuce or whatever the big pieces.
Hmm.
She'd get them big enough. When she was done, it looked like just a flat ball of lettuce, and she'd have her mustard and onions and tomatoes and all that inside of it, and it just looked like a little lettuce, kind of a flat, funny looking cabbage roll like thing that it wasn't cooked, but it was lettuce around it.
Well,
And
if
she,
you like lettuce on your hamburger, it should taste pretty good.
yeah, it's just cutting the bread out.
Hmm.
Which
Well, just,
Carl Jr. and Hardee's, I think that you can get them there if you're ever around one. They make them that way.
I didn't know Hardee's made it that way. I don't eat out too much. One thing, it costs too much, and next thing, I want to prepare my own stuff so I know how it's made. And
I learned a lot of that from her 'cause a year and a half ago, me and my oldest boy were doing keto. So if we'd be out somewhere, it's hard to cook keto because everything has got to be meat based, pretty much meat, cheese, eggs. That's about it,
anything that takes oxygen in, ain't it?
pretty much. Nothing that's floury, bready, noodly, nothing sugary. Because all them starchy even potatoes and stuff. That's a potato. If you have French fries, that's considered a treat because it's a sugar.
Yeah,
But
I was on that diet. I lost some weight too, but I
we
need
did,
to get back on it. But it costs so much now, you know.
yeah, because all you're eating is meat. Get a lot of chicken and eggs. Granted, chicken ain't even cheap now.
Well, I heard that if you eat an egg with your supper, or whenever your meal, that it helps you to lose weight. I don't know.
It does
Uh,
got a lot of vitamins and stuff in it. It's you're supposed to eat like 3 or 4 eggs a day, but when we were on keto, it was more like we eat a half a dozen or more a day because a lot of it was eggs were snacks. Some eggs was just meals. They either fry eggs, scrambled eggs, and have boiled eggs. Then I found out with like a teaspoon of Miracle Whip, you can make deviled eggs with that, but you have to use that teaspoon in like 6 eggs. So really didn't put a whole lot of mayonnaise in it, just gave it a little flavor. But
mhm.
it was, you'd think we were eating brownies though, because we'd been on it and hadn't had nothing like other than sticking strict to it for like a month and a half. And me and him looked like crackheads eating them eggs made that way with it, just that little tiny bit of Miracle Whip in it.
Well, shoot, I forgot what I was going to say.
You remember if you were on it, hey
Yeah.
Gigi, that anything that had any kind of sweet flavor, just a tenth of it was super sweet.
Hmm.
Oh, I know what I was going to. I went to my quack doctor the other day, and they weighed me. And I said, dang, I weigh less than I thought I would. And she said, well, you dropped 2 pounds since the last time you were here. I said, I have no idea how I did that because it's not because of me not eating.
When you're on keto, you can have all that stuff, pretty much have all you want, but it doesn't do good to keep yourself full all the time. So we like separate our meals 2 or 3, 4 hours apart. Wouldn't eat anything after about 7, 8 o'clock at night. You kept plenty of boiled eggs around. Found you could have that. You could have those pork rinds that are fried as long as they weren't flavored because there wasn't anything to them other than air and skin that was puffed up.
Hey,
Um,
Gigi.
Crystal Bonnie wants to know if you're in a safe place because of all the
I
storm.
Man, Bonnie, I'm like a little over 45 minutes away from the ocean. Um, I think I'll be okay. Be praying. My best friend called me and wanted me to go over there to her house because she's got a brick house. And I can't do that. I've got my babies here and I'm not going to put them in a carrier and go to her house and leave them in there for a long, you know,
Hour
prolonged
long.
time. That is torture to me. And I can't let them out over there because they got two dogs and my cats don't like dogs. They're not used to them.
They should.
And so I'm stay buckled down where I'm at. If it gets too bad, I'll run across the road with my cats. And my friend over there's got a, brick home. I'm just glad, like I said, Chuck, that they done redo my porch because if we got really bad winds around here, my porch would have just tore off.
Yeah.
You're on the East Coast, right?
Yes, sir.
So if that, as long as that eye don't cut up, you're fine. You're up close to South Carolina and Georgia, ain't you?
Yeah, it's like I said, I live 45 minutes to uh Jacksonville, but you still got to go a little ways up to go to the beach. And I'm like 45 minutes away from Gainesville too, so we probably will see the wind and the rain, but I don't think I'm close enough to the ocean for it to hit me down here. I don't know. I've never been through no hurricanes, so but my cousin, she said the last one they had in Florida that was really bad, the house made it through it. So I mean, my house is 130. Was not 130. It was built in 1930. So
Oh man.
Yeah, that's like mine, 1920. These things are built with old oak wood.
yeah, not the throw up kind.
Hi, country homesteading.
All I can do is just pray, and that works.
Yep.
I know it sounds crazy. Oh, you're gonna worry about your animals before you? Well, I'm the one that's supposed to be taking care of them. They can't take care of themselves when it comes to feeding them and watering them and all that kind of stuff. I took on that responsibility, and to me, they're
Yep.
my children.
Yep. I'll be right back, guys.
All right,
All
we'll
right.
be.
And my cats stay right up under me anyway. If I'm in the living room, most of the time they're in the living room. If I'm in the bedroom, they're piled up on my bed with me. And Cush, my boy cat, he's got to get right up on me a lot of times. Like if I'm sleeping, he'll be right behind my back or right at my feet. Now, if I was in a trailer, yeah, I think I would go somewhere else, Bonnie. But thank God it's a house. But we got trailers right down the street, so and they're not the new kind. They're the old ones, like in the 1970s or something like that. They're not.
Trying to log in there. It's telling me I'm not logged in on the other side. Hold on a second.
Huh. Well, I didn't know that, Lisa. I wouldn't doubt if they wouldn't trying to do this just to knock Florida off the map.
Yeah, there's no telling it. I wreak havoc on DeSantis, maybe.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of Trump supporters up here, so you know. Plus, he lives up here, so one of his houses. Now, I don't know if they changed it. It says something about making landfall on Thursday, which, like you said, the direction could totally, in a few minutes, change back. You never know. Hey, Ray. Thank you, Country Homesteading. We need all the prayers we can get.
Shift, you and Cashew are mods over there now. I figured out how to do that. Ain't I special?
What, over in Twitch?
Yeah.
No. Doing a lot better than I can do on this thing. I'm doing good to open it, my computer, turn it on, and get to YouTube. And I have my own channel now, so. But I'm trying to like I told Tennessee Patriot, if you're on the road and you want to come on and you want people on panel, I'll do it on my show so I can keep up with the panel and stuff like that, but it'll still be your show.
That's cool. Yeah, I watch him sometimes.
Yeah.
When
He's a sweetie.
You guys hold on a second. I'm going to go in and take this plate in here and see if that tea's done. I'll be right back.
Okay.
He got to go for a tea run. Me and him goes for tea runs. So when you gonna have your next craft show?
I was supposed to do it yesterday, but Gigi and I were talking backstage, and I wasted all my time and was having too much fun on Gigi's. So, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day.
Yeah. See, my thing is I still haven't learned how to go on and let everybody know beforehand that I'm coming on instead of just jumping on.
Well, I did my Facebook group yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And I painted this.
That's pretty. You are so talented.
I used metallic paint instead of like the regular purple, pink, and white. I used metallic. I think it turned it out pretty good.
I like it. You're very talented.
Thank you.
My cousin's like that. She's very talented, but her problem is she'll go into a store and say, "Oh, I could do this with this. Oh, I could do this with that," and then she puts it down, and it never gets done. She's got very, very crafty ideas, but a lot of it just don't come to fruition.
Yeah, see, I do crafts all the time. I started doing jewelry recently. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, I used to do that too. Make jewelry. I
Here's
thought
the
about doing it and going to some of these service stations and seeing if I could. Oh, yeah, I like that.
that's the latest one I made.
See if they would sell it and me give them a little profit off of it.
Hang on. I can't find the other one I made, and I broke the clasp off of this one, so. But this is a different one I made.
Oh, I like that. That's how I make mine too, on things like that.
Yeah.
I had a lady friend of mine to show me how to do it.
Me, it's called YouTube.
I really.
YouTube in the last 2 years. YouTube has become my friend.
Just watching shows and put your own perspective in it and stuff like that. Your
Yeah,
own creative.
yeah. My anything I do never turns out exactly like what I was watching.
Yeah.
Ever. Ever. Paintings, uh bracelets. That one I painted yesterday. This is the picture I had painted before, and
Mhm.
this is what I was looking at to paint the other one.
It looks similar.
But it's not the same.
But, well, you know something. You got to put your own little trademark on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It don't have to look like everybody else's.
and I think I'm the only person in the world, okay, that cannot see a straight line.
My daddy loved to watch uh Bob what was his
Bob
name?
Ross.
Yes.
Yes,
My daddy, yeah.
I watched Bob Ross as a kid. I've watched Bob Ross now. I've done some of his paintings, but instead of using oil, I was using acrylic paint. I do have the oils, but I don't really like them. I have
My
done a couple of his, one of his in oil and two, I think, in acrylic paint.
my dad was awesome. And I kept on telling him, you need to sell your paintings. He said, I ain't gonna get nothing for these. And I said, yes, you would, because he also made the frames go around them.
Yeah. I go to the dollar store and buy frames because I'm really cheap.
Yeah,
Hey, Lily.
my
Sorry.
dad was really good with woodwork and stuff too.
When I made my friend's motorcycle picture with her wired motorcycle that I made,
Hmm.
I bought that frame at what we have it's like a thrift store, but it's called Vill- oh crap, Value Village. It's a
Hmm.
conglomerate business, whatever, but they have, secondhand stuff that you buy. And I bought the frame there. And then I had to cut the picture down a little bit to fit in the frame because I didn't measure it.
Hey, Lily J.
Hi, Lily J. Hi, Lisa. Hey
Well,
there,
how'd your
Fat Man.
friend like your picture? Oops, sorry, Chuck.
That's all right. Fat man, I got enough Tennessee Ridge Runner in me that if I walk straight, I walk in a circle unless I'm walking on the slope. That way, one leg on one side of the ridge and one on the other, and that way I can walk along the high side. I don't have one leg longer than the other. Dad, you say that he's a hillbilly, and he said he walked them hills so long that he ended up with one leg longer than the other. Instead of going up and down, he walk along it.
I'm doing good. If a cop stopped me and done a DUI test on me, I would pass the breathing part, what you breathe into the thing, but I would not pass the other walking a straight line. I got vertigo. I'm doing good if I don't bump into everything on, every day.
I don't know a lot of people can say the alphabet backwards as fast as they can either.
Mm-mm. Shoot, I don't remember half of what I want to say. You think I'm going to know who he is?
Say, you write me
Sorry.
a ticket if you're going to write me a ticket. Ain't no sense in me being nice. If you're going to be how you're going to be. If you want to write me a ticket and drag this along, fine, I'll get you in court. But if you want to tell me what I did wrong or what you think I did wrong, and I'll agree or disagree, and we can move on.
Yeah, I was smoking a little bit last night, if you get my drift, and when I seen that blue and red light on my wall, it spooked me. Like I said, I wanted to go out there and see what was going on, but I was scared to open my door and they smell it too. But at that point, I didn't care. I wanted to make sure. If I don't know if you was in here, Dorinda, but there was a fire truck and a ambulance outside my house, and I was sitting in my chair. The only thing I had in there only was my lamp, but on my other wall in front of me, I started seeing red and blue flashing lights, and I was like, "What in the world?" So I jumped up to run outside to make sure, who was sick, if they're okay, because I know my neighbors around here. And it was the girl across the street, her niece, somebody like that, was having seizures, they thought.
Yeah. Well, the other night when we had the ambulance across the street, that's what it was. The boyfriend had taken a seizure. Hi, Tennessee.
Hey, Tennessee. Hey, Walt.
Hey, what?
Hey, what?
Well, I had the guys, Jamie and his friend out there working on the porch, and it kind of scared me too. Oh, Lord, I hope they didn't get hurt, cut off
Yeah.
some fingers or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you Ridge Runner. Yeah, Ridge Runner, I was explaining to folks about how like folks get from walking in the hills. They get one leg longer than the other from keeping one leg on the high side of the ridge and the other on the low side. I don't know if he's ever heard that before or not.
Now, I heard everybody's got a longer arm or a longer leg. One of them is longer than the other ones. Now, I don't know if it's true.
I don't know.
I ain't never measured myself.
They say you're supposed to be able to compare a lot of parts of your body together, and they're supposed to be the same. Like they say, your index finger, if you touch the part between your eyes where your nose starts, to the tip of your nose is supposed to be the same length as your index finger. All kind of there's other different measurements like that. I don't remember how that works.
How far your nose go up, though?
Let's see. Yeah, like your index finger touch between your eyes, and the end of your nose should come to your first knuckle where it comes off your hand. That kind of stuff. Ridge Runner heard that. Yeah, that's one thing my old man used to say. He said, "If you get me to run in a straight line, I'm gonna go in a circle because I'm a ridge runner. I used to walk in them hollers."
Yeah, my sister. It was funny. She said she had picked up a long leg and didn't mean to, and broke off one of its legs. And she said, "Oh, I bet you that thing thinks, gee, thanks. Now I'm a mill on wheels."
Yeah, cashew. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Good thing I only wear a 16.
Wow.
When I want shoes, I gotta hunt them.
For sure.
Like, what kind of shoes you looking for today? Ones that fit? What do you mean? I need a 16. They're like, ooh.
Oh my goodness. I wear a 7.5 to a 8.
I wear a 6.5 to a 7.
Oh, you got some little feet.
Knew this one boy who was 13 years old, wore a size 24 shoe. At 13 years
Oh
old,
my Lord.
he was 6'10" at 13.
Oh my goodness, he gonna be a giant, ain't he?
Yeah, that's probably 20 years ago. I ain't seen him since. But his mom and daddy both are like Vicky size. Both of them 5'1", 5'2", something like that.
Well, he got it on one side of the family.
Yeah, I messed around and told her one night she didn't appreciate it. I said, "I'm sure you wasn't sneaking off in the woods with Bigfoot or something."
Exactly.
She said, "No, but one of her uncles or grandfather or somebody in their family was like over 7 feet tall." And I said, "It's probably something, a gene that come out."
Yeah.
That's why my boy is Ridge Runner. He's 6'3". He wears a 13, but he's got to have like a double E. I said, "Yeah, your damn feet are almost as wide as they're long."
Got some boats.
And like, yeah, like duck feet. I said, "You can fall asleep standing up, won't fall over."
I'd trip over them. I'd be on my face more than anything because I trip over my own 2 feet.
Yep.
Vicky always used to say I drug my feet, and I never thought about it and didn't think I did. But now that since I got my back and neck hurt, I noticed that if there's a extension cord stretched across the floor and it's laying flat on the floor, I'm gonna get my foot hung on it. I don't know how I manage it, but
Yeah.
I must sort of drag my feet when I walk.
Yeah. Well, to get into our kitchen, there's a little step about that high, right?
Yeah.
I've lived in this house since 1982.
You
There
stumble
are still days I trip going into the kitchen.
My mom's best friend, she grew up as like her sister. Close enough, I called her an aunt. This is in Ohio. Coming in their back door, front door off the garage, they had 2 steps going in. That was fine. You get on that landing. To your right was a small bathroom. Had a sink. It was long, but it had a toilet on the end, and next to the sink, between the sink and the toilet on the wall, was a towel rack, soap rack, whatever. You turn to the left at the door, and it's stairs going down the basements, which were narrow and short. My dad, I remember he had to duck his head and turn to the side as he went down. As a kid, I remember if I didn't watch what I do, I'd bump my head. But then you go into the kitchen from the door right there at that landing. Then going to the basement, you probably had 20 steps. Going into the kitchen, you had one little half step. And Sharon had lived there most of her life, about like you saying, 30 years old. She said, "I can make it up and down the steps going to the basement fine and in and out the back door at the time." She goes, "But every damn time I come in the house, I fall up that half step."
Hello, Kiss Off. Hello, Shift Kicker.
Hey, Kiss Off.
Hey, Kiss Off. Dang, you got some little feet, Chef. Maybe my feet as big as my mouth. No. I'm short. I'm 5'4".
Yeah, that's what I am.
Vicky's 5'1", and she'd be like, "I'm 5'1 and a half. Give me every little bit I can have."
Yeah, you got to pick her up to kiss her, don't you?
I remember we were dating. I'd take her out to go buy jeans or something. She had to go to the girls' department in the store to get them. And that's just she was looking for Levi's or whatever. And all them older women would sit there and stare at me like I was some kind of pedophile following this little girl around. One of them must have said something to Vicky one time. She's going in the changing room. She come out laughing, and I'm like, "What?" She said, "That lady come in there and told me, little girl, there's some big guy out there following you around." So that's my
How many, how much chicken wine?
4, he said. He's telling you he's hungry. You hear that? Barely hear that cat going, "Mick." That's my son's cat, which was my mom's. It looks like Morris the cat or Garfield. When he's hungry, he follows my son and just goes behind him, and goes meh, meh.
I just fill up a big bowl and they'll have it done probably in 3 days.
My cat's so picky. If you give it to him now and he eats some of it, if it's like one of the small tuna can size, he don't go back and eat it because it's like it's leftover or old or something. Same thing with treats. Won't eat dry food. Food, shut that door.
Mine don't like human food and they don't like treats that much. They want to smell it and then they just turn around and walk away. Now, I've got to get them the same kind of cat food that I've been getting them. If I get something else and put it down there, they won't even eat it.
Nope.
Hardly.
Nope.
Mine won't eat anything that's pate unless I give it to that other cat and he sees that other cat eating it, then he'll eat it.
Yeah.
My daughter's cat likes the pate canned food mixed in with her dry food, or she eats the canned food separately. She won't eat it mixed in with her dry food. And my dog likes his canned food mixed in with his dry food.
And if you give it to him separate, he'll eat one or the other, probably, huh? Hey,
He'll eat the canned food, won't eat the dry food.
You ever seen a cat pick through their food and they only want a certain type that's in that bowl?
My old cat used to do that before she died.
Well, it's best to give them the food that they've always been getting because their stomachs will get messed up real easy.
Yeah.
I just give mine dry cat food.
My dog can't have any beef. He's allergic to beef.
Hmm.
I would say that's odd, but not really, because a lot of animals they're like people, I guess. Everybody has their issues with certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't eat a lot of greasy foods now. If I do, my stomach will swell like I am in labor, and you can't even push on my stomach to make an indent or anything. It gets that hard and hurts really bad. I think that's because I don't have my gallbladder too, so.
That'd have a lot to do with it. You got to watch fatty stuff. A lot of that stuff won't break down for you anymore.
Love to Garden. It's oh, what the hell is it? Crafty Corner. I just changed the name, so yeah, it's Crafty Corner. Next week it'll be changed to Dorinda's Crafty Corner to match my YouTube channel.
Do that 10 times and see how.
I can't even say it once today, for crying out loud.
Hey,
I
George.
stopped and think, and my mouth wouldn't work.
Hey, Steven.
I'm gonna go check my bacon. I'll be right back.
All right. I'm working on stuff here. I'm listening.
I hear you trying.
Yep. I get to I don't even pay attention to it anymore.
I've got used to that too. I could just sleep right through it. But the first time I moved up here and I was living in these apartments, and you couldn't see there was a train track behind it, a little ways behind it because of the buildup of trees and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was laying there and I heard that thing come by and it scared the daylights out of me. I jumped up out of my sleep because I wasn't used to it. Now I'm used to it. It don't even faze me.
windows open around here. If I have them open and the train comes by, it'll scare me awake then.
Well, see, mine is like 4 houses down, 3 or 4 houses down.
That's about how far this is. It's south of me. I think there's 3 or 4 driveways between me and there.
It's crazy. I just hope the train never comes off the track.
Yeah, I won't be too bad. But then people live up there. The first house, they're probably 25 feet away from it. Their front door to the tracks.
Yeah, I got houses like on the, one side and the other side. I don't think I would like living at a house that's that close to it. Can you imagine how much your house would shake?
Yeah.
And my nerves are so bad. I know you're coming up behind me, and you say boo, and I'm gonna jump, even though
Come
I
up,
know you're coming up.
you come up behind me and touch me from behind, you're gonna get smacked. I'm gonna turn around and hit you.
Well, my my ex boyfriends, we just not been together too long, and he was in the recliner, and I was in the bed because it was like, what a motel, and they change it into like an apartment kind of. It's like a
Yeah.
studio in a way. Well, that's where I was living, and I was laying down sleeping. He said I started crying in my sleep, and whining. So he reached over to touch me to make sure I was okay, and I kicked him in the face. I didn't know I did. I woke up and it stunned me, and first thing I did was reaction was, "What the heck?" And I just kicked him in the face. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Huh.
It's like fireworks. I know they're going off, and I might have to change my clothes like 2 times because it scares me, and I don't mean to, and I end up, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh. What really scared me was that was it the 4th of July? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was the 4th of July when I was up there for my sister. And I was sitting in my son's driveway, and they shot off one of those big cannon like things, the round things, and you drop them in.
Yeah.
It landed right between my legs. Scared me, so I jumped up, and they opened the garage door open, and that's where I sat. And I told him, I said, well, what? At least if that thing dropped in my lap, catch on fire, I'd already be cremated. All y'all have to do is just sweep me off of the ground. And they're like, don't talk like that. I said, I'm just joking.
Huh. I'm looking to see what if I may have missed something in the setup.
Oh my good, Benjamin.
I used to live a block away from the railroad tracks. Heard them all the time.
Well, I'm like 3 or 4 houses down from the railroad track.
Hmm.
But like Chuck said, you get so used to hearing it, it don't even bother you anymore.
Yep.
Shoot, I mean, they're out there on my porch when they start in the morning, cutting and all that kind of stuff and drilling. I sleep through that sometimes.
Yep.
Well, what's for dinner? I think I'm cooking grilled cheese tonight. I'm gonna take it easy.
Yeah, I love them. I'd start with grilled cheese and end up like, I need tomato soup.
Yeah, I don't like tomato soup.
I put a little bit of sugar in it and put milk in it when I make it.
I think I'm gonna get me some potatoes and make me some potato soup with broccoli and cheese and all in it.
I like broccoli soup. That everybody, everywhere you look, everything's cheese broccoli soup. And I like it the regular way that Vicky called it old people soup, the old Campbell's broccoli soup, cream of
Uh
broccoli.
huh.
I love that stuff. Cheese in it's fine, but I like it the other way better. I don't really like the cheese they put in it.
Hey, David.
Hello, David N. Good to see ya.
Hey, George, just seen you were in here. I was looking at analytics and stuff.
Excuse me.
You
Yeah.
had 40 degrees, rainy and windy up there. Oh, I don't like cold and rain together. I can stand the cold and I can stand the rain, but I don't like when they put it together. That's just,
My fibromyalgia cannot stand cold and rainy. And today, my fibromyalgia has been off the shelf, man. I mean, it's the reason I didn't go to my best friend's house. It's like, I don't know, I feel like going today.
it's like, oh, I'll stay home and be miserable.
Yeah, I'll get irritated.
Tell you another thing to try. If you like tomatoes, next time y'all want to make a grilled cheese sandwich, uh, take your tomato. I like doing this with eggs anyway, but take a ripe tomato slice and put a little butter in the pan and fry it on both sides. Just fry it till it starts to get smushy a little bit. And put that on top of one of your cheese, on your grilled cheese, and put another piece of cheese on it and cook that tomato into your grilled cheese.
Mmm.
That sounds good. I've been wanting some fried green tomatoes.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance this year with that.
I got some, but I made mincemeat with it. They were just babies. They didn't grow very big.
So when I don't have green tomatoes, I'll take and fry up red ones, get the peel off of it, like sort of blanch it or just make sure to rake it off as it cooks. And I'll make me up a batch of white gravy, before I put the milk in, I'll mash that tomato in with the flour and the butter or whatever I'm using to make the gravy with. I'll mash that tomato up in there, mix it up, then add my milk, salt, and pepper to it and make a tomato gravy. And that's awesome like that.
Oh, wow. I never even heard of that.
I've heard of tomato gravy. Ain't too crazy about it.
Yeah, a lot of people
Now,
like that make it either they make it bland or they put too much damn salt in it.
I like cut up tomatoes, like for go along with supper or breakfast or something like that.
That's why I was telling you all about what I do with tomatoes, frying them that way. I'll do that same thing, that same tomato that I put on that grilled cheese. I'll fry them and put a over easy egg on it. Pop that egg across the top of it, where all the yolk runs all over the egg and the tomato, and eat it every time you eat a bite of tomato. You get a bite of egg with it.
Nice.
Mm. I have to watch stuff that's got a lot of acid to it because I used to have a bleeding ulcer, and
Yeah, I had gallbladder out. You got to watch acidic stuff. You got to watch fatty stuff. Like your worst enemy is probably a piece of toast that has gobs of melted butter on it.
well, the only thing I can really drink, I can't drink no soft drinks or anything like that. I usually drink tea, but I like tea. I want to taste the tea and not all sugar.
That's why I let mine steep so long. It makes it almost black. Shane laughs at it how dark it is.
Yeah, he does. Mine gets dark too, but my sister, man, I told her, I said, I guess I want some sugar with a little tea.
I used to make it a gallon and a half. I'd be dark like that, and I'd put 2 whole cups of sugar in it, and everybody called it syrup. But it was that's like when you go down South Louisiana, some of the places. I guess it's chicory tea they do it, but it's real strong and bitter, but it's also real sweet. You could damn near stand a spoon up in the middle of your glass.
Oh wow.
I've been told they put, but it's really super strong, and they got chicory in it. That they put 3 cups of sugar to a gallon when they make theirs.
I know this sounds stupid. What's a chicory?
Uh, I'm not real sure, but they make a lot of it with coffee and stuff. I don't remember how. I'll look it up real quick. I can't remember what chicory is. I know it's a bean, I think, or a berry.
Are you talking about chickpeas?
No,
No.
chicory.
Oh, all right. It's chicory.
I thought it was a spice, but I'm off.
Common chicory is a somewhat woody perennial herbaceous plant of the family. I ain't going to try to say that. Usually with bright blue flowers, rarely white or pink. Native to the Old World and has been introduced to North America and Australia. Many varieties are cultivated for salad leaves. Let's see, what was I had? I'll click it open. Chicons, which plants, buds, or roots, which are baked, ground, and then used as a coffee substitute or in a food additive.
I'm not a coffee person.
You're saying in chat that it's a root.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got multi uses, but they grind it up. Chicory is grown as a forage crop for livestock. Chicory is also a common name in the United States for curly endive.
Yeah, my niece was telling me last night my son has got ethiosis, which is dry skin. It breaks open, it bleeds. Sometimes, it cracks open. It's worse than eczema or anything like that, like 100 times. And she told me to get some what it I know the name, I just had it. What you find in lakes or stuff like that, I know the name of it. I hate when it's right on the tip of your tongue and you spit it out. Some kind of weeds or something like that. It's like,
Y'all want to see something pretty? Look at this. Here's a chicory flower.
oh, ain't that
that is
pretty?
pretty.
That is pretty. I still can't take a.
So we see
Luigi says algae. Luigi's asking algae. Is that the thing on the water you were asking about, Crystal?
Yes, it's the green stuff.
Algae.
Yeah, something like that. She said it's some kind of oil or something like that he could use on his skin, and it would be really good, and it helps to go away a little bit. But that stuff is hard to treat. They just now in the last, I guess, several years have even started finding out about everything that's connected. There's a lot of things connected to it, like he could have extra teeth in his mouth. He, you know, all kind of stuff, and just learning what all entails because there wasn't a lot of information out there. If
Oh wow.
there's different types of ichthyosis, and the only way we could have found out what kind it was take him to California where they could draw blood out of him and it had to come out of him at the same time, you know. It couldn't be shipped across there, in other words.
Oh wow.
He got it from his dad. But that's my little miracle. He only had a 2% chance of ever having a baby. We broke up for a while and got back together, and I got my pastor to pray for me, and I ended up with him.
I'm saving this. Here's y'all a little information about chicory. Big. It's good for you. Yeah, wrong side. Let me get over here.
Seaweed is what it was. Is that the same thing as they were talking about?
No.
It was seaweed. See, I told you I'd think about it.
That's the wrong one. But let's see.
It's
Wow.
pretty flowers, though.
There it is. There, now you can see it.
Vitamins K, A, B, C.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, it's got a lot of good nutrients and stuff. Calcium, magnesium. Man, they gave me when I was having going into early labor, they gave me that magnesium to try to stop my labor. Oh my God, that stuff, I felt like I got hit with like 3 trains at one time.
Oh wow.
I told him, I said, don't give me this stuff no more because if it doesn't, I was throwing up because of it. And I'm like, don't give me it no more. I said, because I know if I'm getting effects of it, he is too, my son. And I said, they said, but you might go in labor. I said, if God intends me to go in labor and have him, I'll be okay.
I never realized how good chicory was for you. Maybe I need to start putting it in my tea.
Yeah. You have to go. I wonder if you can get it in your grocery store. You have to go to a vitamin place or something.
For chicory,
Yeah, I mean to get it without growing it.
uh, probably a store may have it. You might look, you don't do coffee, but if I don't know what teas may have it, I need to look at Louisiana tea. I know some of the teas, iced tea stuff you can get in Louisiana has it in it.
I have to look at that. See, I drink decaffeinated tea. I used to drink caffeinated. Now I turned because I thought maybe it would help me when I have my headaches. You know, because sometimes the caffeine will give you the headache.
Yeah, a lot of times you get it if you don't have enough. Like me, I'll get a bad one. Start getting migraines if I don't keep a certain amount of tea in me. But then also I'll get dehydrated, so I got to drink plenty of water when I'm drinking tea.
Oh wow.
I can't drink water. I'm allergic to it. It rusts my pipes.
I had a buddy of mine said he don't drink water because fish pee in it.
It was funny. My
Red
mama
said you
had
can buy chicory coffee and tea in grocery stores.
okay.
Huh.
My mom had well, we all had water beds, and my cousin was over there, and he was little, And he asked my mama where the fish were in the waterbed.
Nah.
And chicory, hey, when you drink tea, even iced tea or hot tea or whatever, that little bitter background the tea has to it,
Yeah.
chicory's got a lot of that to it.
Well, just drinking like 1 or 2 glasses a day wouldn't be so bad. You know what I mean?
If
I
I can
don't know
find
how
it in
much
tea
of it
bags,
you can have, though.
if I find it in tea bags, what I'll start doing is dropping the next one of them tea bags in every batch of tea I make. If I drink enough tea through the day, I'd get plenty of it.
Oh, me too. That's all I drink, unless I drink milk.
I keep tea around. I've always got to have my tea. Y'all know that. But then I'll turn this camera on. I also buy my chair all the time. I keep one of them,
Water.
a gallon of some kind of spring water.
Awesome.
I try to at least drink a half gallon a day of it.
You're doing better than me.
Gotta go check my bacon again. I'll be back.
All right. That's like right then. I just drank what was left in it. It was about a quart. Yeah, they talk about spring rolls out there. I'm thinking California rolls would come to my mind, and that's that sushi stuff. I don't like any of it raw, but I like them ones that's got that panko shrimp all cut up in it with that rice around it.
Yeah.
My kids, all of them, raw fish, raw shark, whatever sushi in it. The only thing raw I'll eat, and I ain't done it in years, and that's eat raw oysters. And I'm afraid to do them anymore. So I don't know where they come from.
I like fried oysters. Now, have you ever had oyster stew?
Yeah, oyster stew, oyster gumbo, fried oyster, oyster po' boy, oysters and gumbo. I sound like Bubba Gump.
I was just fixing to say that, but I was waiting for you to finish.
I even like them little cans of smoked oysters. I'll get them with crackers.
Yeah, I know people would use crackers and a little bit of hot sauce and stuff.
Yeah, I like those. Even those sardines and big ones in tomato sauce, I'll eat them. My boys do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vicky's the same way. Vicky's like, how can you eat that? She goes, it smells wangy, tangy, and it also smells like a dirty woman. California sandwich, never heard of that. Yeah, Ridge Runner fried oysters are good. That's probably my favorite of all things. I'd pick those over crab legs, shrimp, lobster.
Oh my gosh, no. I think I can eat my weight in crab legs, man.
We used to go to the boats over here, the river boats, and then one of them, I think it was Jack Pinion, but they had a certain time of the weekend they'd have all you can eat lobster and then all you can eat crab. But either way, it still had the seafood bar with the shrimp and everything else. And we'd go there eating crab legs, and I get tired of picking them. And I found one time that they had this seafood dressing. It looks like cornbread dressing, but it had oysters and crab meat and shrimp and crawfish and lobster and all that cut up all in it. And I was like, I'll just eat that. And I ain't got to pick at anything.
Lord, when my son was little, and you know how you go to Chinese restaurants and sometimes they would have them there. You better eat what you're going to eat first, because the rest of the time you breaking it open to give him some.
Yeah.
And he liked he also liked crawfish, but he used to call them bugs. He wanted some bugs.
Mud bugs.
Yeah.
Probably where he heard it.
Oh, we went to a Chinese restaurant one time, and me and my mom and sister and him, and me and my mom and sister was joking around about we were going to go eat cats,
Wouldn't work really.
and that lady come up and took our order. She said, "Can I take your order?" And Trent spoke up and said, "Yeah, we're eating cat." And I thought I was going to go up under that table. I said, "Well, it's our own fault. We shouldn't have been talking about it."
What all we used to put in pistolettes?
Crawfish, hotel cheese.
We used to make these things. I don't know if you guys know what pistolette rolls are.
No.
They look like little homemade dinner rolls, but they're kind of firmer on the outside. You take them and you cut a little V in the top, pull it out, you pull the extra bread out, then you hollow them out, and you make this stuff up that's kind of like rotel dip with the cheese and the rotel and hamburger. But
Mm-hmm.
you crawfish and I think it's cheddar cheese. Some people put shrimp in them. Some people put crab meat in them and all that. And anyway, you mix all that mixture up and you have it thicker and you pack those pistolette rolls with it. Put that little sliver back in the top, cover it up, brush them top of them with garlic butter, and bake them in the oven.
Oh, that sounds good. Hey, Vicky.
Hey, girl.
And Vicky just
Sound like you just woke up.
I did.
Yeah.
I was tired.
they call them coon ass pistolettes, Cajun pistolettes, something like that. We used to make them quite a bit, and every damn time I make them, I'm busy working, cooking, and making them, or Vicky is, and the whole time we're making them, they're disappearing fast as we can make them.
Mm.
Get a tray of them out of the oven and get started on another one, look over, go to grab one, and they're all gone.
Yeah.
You know, where we lived, all of those neighborhood kids, our house was the Kool-Aid house.
The Kool-Aid house.
Every child loved when me and Chuck cooked.
Yeah.
They'd come over, one of them come over and like my cornbread dressing. And two of them would say that they went home and told their mama they need to come over and watch Mr. Chuck cook. That didn't go over too well. They'd come over on Christmas and Thanksgiving and eat with my boys, and then wouldn't go home and eat. Much
I
love,
put it
Jeff.
down in the kitchen.
Red said, "Hey, Vicky."
Hey, Red.
I love cooking. I love dressing. That's what took me out of keto. I'd have stayed in it. I told all of them, if I make it, I'm going to get in it. If I'm 2 months of holidays, that means I'm going to have dressing for 2 or 3 days after the holidays or more, and then dressing after Christmas for 2 or 3 days or more. And by the time I come back around and start in keto again, I'm like, nope. I don't want to. I like stuff that tastes good.
Yep. I wish I'd got the recipe for Mom. I remember somewhat, but how my mama made her dressing, and it was out of this world, but I don't
My
remember
grandma
all of it.
made hers all from scratch,
Yep, that's what my mama did.
but somehow or another she made it sweeter. So I could never get the cornbread right because I tasted her cornbread before she did it. We make sweet cornbread, but I make it like the kids like it because it's sweet. And they'll cut it open, put butter or have butter running out of it, and eat it like with it, but it's like a dessert. But I use what's the name of that cornbread mix? Jiffy cornbread mix, and I'll make 9 boxes of that in a turkey pan. And then I get 2 of the biggest onions I can get, and I cut them up pretty small pieces, not minced or nothing. And I'll put that on top of the cornbread, then I'll salt and pepper the top of it. That's after it's cooked. after the cornbread's cooked, and I put it all on top, and I put all my stuff on it, and then I put a whole bunch, almost a half a thing container of sage on it, and I'll start chopping and cutting and mixing and getting it all mixed together while breaking that cornbread up. Then I start adding my broth to it till I get it a certain pasty consistency, and the whole time I'm looking for a certain pigment of a light, a whitish green look, and then a certain taste where I can start tasting the sage. And once it hits that certain spot, I put a little more salt and pepper on it, and in the oven it goes, and it comes out just like hers every time. And it's
You use celery in yours?
no, I should, I have before, but I never think of it, so I don't put it in it. Vicky's like,
Yeah.
people put egg in it. I don't think of that when I'm doing it. Mine is
Yeah.
just, I'll end up putting all the hen that I boil down, I'll chop that up and throw it in it. And then I'll take what's left of the broth and I'll make a big thing of giblet gravy.
Yeah. My mama used to use regular bread, cornbread, eggs, celery, sage, the juice off the turkey.
And but the way she did it was super simple. And it wasn't ever, I need that recipe after I do it. I said, you want the recipe? You're going to have to watch me make it. Because it's all, in the end of it, it's all by taste and how it looks.
I usually go to somebody's house for Thanksgiving and Christmas. When they get done with my house, I think I'll have one over here, but I'm gonna wait till my house is done.
You got a freezer, deep freeze?
Do I got a deep freezer?
Yeah.
No.
I was going to say, if you make it like you're going to have a lot of people, then get you some freezer bags and put it up in it lately so you can pull it out if you want Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner. You can have one to yourself. Just pull it out of the freezer, out of the bag. I like cooking a lot extra. But we put some of it, sometimes put it up. But if my boys' friends come around, I'll make a turkey pan full to the top with dressing, and they'll eat all of it.
Yeah.
20, 25 pounds of dressing is gone.
Well, my cousin tried to tell me, she said, it'd be good for you to just take one day and cook up enough meals for 1 week and put them in your freezer and just pull them out and warm them up when you're ready to eat it.
You know, have you a bunch of them little Tupperware meal things. You can put it all in it and just nuke it or put it in the oven or whatever.
I love cooking. I just don't like cleaning it up.
Something happening somewhere, or y'all got it handled, Chef and Cashew? That sounds good, homesteading. I always remember what we talk about. We always end up talking about food. You ever notice that?
Yep, always.
I guess because everybody likes food. Even if you're on
Yeah.
a diet, you like food. You like thinking about it anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Not trying to meddle. I didn't know if something was going on and I missed it. I'm sure y'all handle it. What the hell, it's almost, I imagine somebody's going to come on. I guess this went good as a test run. I did a little couple minute one yesterday while I was talking to Bonnie. I don't know if Shane had one planned or Bonnie, anybody had one planned to come up. I think somebody said Gigi was going to have one on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a message. Shane Phelps live in 30 minutes.
Yeah, so that's probably been 6 o'clock. Let's see.
It's 6:48 here at mine.
Yeah, so it'll be 7 o'clock our time. Or
Yeah,
10
at 6
after 7.
p.m. He's coming on in 10 minutes. So everybody keep themselves safe. If you're in line of that hurricane, if you're in a low area, go somewhere that ain't low. If you got somewhere to go, go. If you feel good about it, stay.
Be safe.
God's got you, and be safe. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll talk to y'all after a bit. Thanks for coming.
Alrighty. Thanks,
All
Chuck.
right.
Much
Thank
love
you,
you all.
Chuck. Bye,
You have a
everybody.
great night.
Y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all somewhere in a little bit.
Bye,
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night, Vicky.
You too.
Good night, Vicky.
Night, Dorinda.
Bye, y'all.